We're live. We're live. What's up, everybody? This is Coach Stokes, Stokeshouse Boxing Academy. You got to stay ready so you ain't gonna worry about getting ready. And we definitely are staying ready with this week's guest, my brother, no other than the WBC Intercontinental 160-pound Muay Thai World Champion, the show himself, Eddie Abasolo. What's up, bro?
What's up, man? How's it going?
Man, good, good. How you been doing, man?
Man, I'm blessed, man. Straight up blessed. They're just coming left and right, man. As long as I'm, you know, as long as I give all my thanks to God and, just show him recognition, man, everything is just piling one on another. You know what I'm saying? I can't go wrong.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Eddie, for those people that so I can bring up in the memory, I interviewed Eddie season 1 of Stokeshouse Boxing Academy, and Eddie had just won his title by knockout. Went to this cat's backyard in LA, and if you know the rivalry between Northern California and Southern California, it's always been tense, it's always been hot. So we went to this cat's backyard. It was on foreign soil territory, and Eddie came out the victor. He just didn't win or barely won. He knocked this cat out, and then afterwards, then it got a little rowdy, but it got back civil again. But that was last time I talked to you, brother, and your hair was shorter then. Now you got the braids going on, man. I just like, man, you know who you look like to me? I told my wife, you look like the cat off the show, The Mayans. Have you seen that show, The Mayans?
Uh-uh.
With a look it up, The Mayans. It's with the Mexican biker gang.
Oh, okay.
It came from the Sons of Anarchy, but you look like one of the enforcer guys. He got braids just like you. And I tell my wife, he look just like Eddie. And she started laughing. She said he does. But, man, what's been going on, Brian? What's been going on since then? I know you just won, came back from in country. Can you get us caught up on that?
Yeah, so I was out in Ireland to fight Wayne Cambridge. He was a hometown kid as well. And I finished in the 4th round with a body shot, hooked to the liver, the Stokes special. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, went out there. The fans were great, man. The love was real. You know what I mean? I love it out there because it reminded me of Thailand.
Mm-hmm.
Because how much they love the sport, but at the same time, you know, no one was really like getting at each other with the talking and stuff. It was just straight up respect. We go in there, we do our thing in the ring to the best of our ability. Afterwards, shake hands, and you know what I mean. It was all love, man, from the fans and the fighters.
That's what I want to ask you because I'm gonna play a little bit devil's advocate. I was talking to Kevin about this. I talked to Kevin. I interviewed him actually the day after the Khabib and Conor McGregor fight. Now I've been to Ireland, and Ireland is probably my favorite place to I've ever went out of any country. That was my first international duel as a junior. I was 16 years old. Man, I know what you're saying. Irish people are so genuine, man, and they love what they do. The whole entire town or community will come out and support everybody. Um, this is what I want to ask you about when it comes to Khabib and Conor. Have you ever got anybody that got under your nerves that bad, like how Conor McGregor was getting in Khabib? I know there is when it comes to martial arts, there's a code of conduct. Everybody, it's one of those sports that's not looked at. If you are unmatched against somebody and somebody's better than you, it don't look bad if you tap out. But in boxing, it's like you always got that puncher's chance. Don't give up. Don't give up. You always can hit them. Always, wait till that last bell ring. You never stop until the fight is over with. But when it comes to, is there such thing, Eddie, as when enough is enough, bro? Because, Conor McGregor, man, he's known for, talking. He talks with some of the greatest ones. But the school that I come from is your wife is off limits, your kids off limits, and your religion is off limits. And you don't talk about another man's country. So my thing is, did he deserve what he had got?
Yeah, and that's just my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
I understand it's all business, and as far as selling the fight, you know what I mean. it's a slippery slope, man. You know, there's a fine line between everything, you know, and then once someone is good at something, you know, it I feel like he may have felt the need to one up himself every fight and
Yeah.
every time, you know what I'm saying? So it started the trash talking started to get more out of hand and out of control, you know. Really I agree with you what you said. All those points are off limits, you know. Ali, he was one of the biggest trash talkers out there, but he did it with such um poise, you know what I mean? And he would get under your skin, but still in a respectful way, you know. It wasn't. It was playful, you know.
Yeah.
Uh, it played to the crowd, but it wasn't necessarily a personal vendetta. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Right. 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 Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. So okay, that's good to know because like I was discussing with someone else that you have to sell the fight, and we both agree that it's the promoters at the end that are ultimately are the ones that are to blame because they tell these guys to go out and sell the fight, but then there should be boundaries where it's like no, you know what, you need to stop, man. We are not going to talk about family. We're not going to talk about certain topics. So I'm glad to hear your point when it comes to that, Eddie. I want to ask you this, man, because last time we talked, I asked you a couple questions, but I got something for you now. Uh, I'm throwing one out there that I ask a lot of people,
Hmm.
and I want to hear your comeback on it.
Okay.
If you only had 24 hours to live, right? The doctor
Mhm.
came to you. He said, "Mr. Abasolo, we're sorry to let you know, but you only got 24 hours to live. You can do anything that you want. You can fulfill any dream. If you wanted to test your skills out, your boxing skills against anybody past or present, who would you want to get in there and fight for one last time?
Ah man, past or present.
Yeah.
Um,
It could
man,
be anybody. It could be anybody, any weight class, it don't matter.
probably. Well, it's a tough question for me because depending on the opponent or the person I would pick, uh, it would be for so many different reasons. You know,
Uh-huh.
I would want to fight Julio Cesar Chavez in his prime. Uh,
Mm,
you know, to test my heart and my will.
right.
'Cause that would be a fight. I mean, they're all skilled, but that would be a fight for to find out how strong my heart and will is. You know, uh,
Okay.
takes you there. Fighting. I would like to fight Willie Pep because of the fact that he he likes to move and you know he's slick and I need to figure out a way to match that or
Uh,
trap him, so to speak, or try to touch him until he gets frustrated to try to come at me. Then I could play his game against him or stuff like that. You know,
right.
I would love to fight Lomachenko because of the fact that I mean that just speaks for itself. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Um, usually against most people that I come across, I'm able to hit angles on people and you know make them miss and stuff like that. But to feel that from the other side of the stick, you know, I get a kick out of getting frustrated. You
Right.
know, something
Okay.
frustrates me. It's just like wow, you know, this puzzle. You know what I mean? It's code. It's hard to crack.
Uh-huh.
And, I love feeling vulnerable. You know, that lets me know that the person I'm facing is worthy. You know,
Wow.
and I need to try to rise to the occasion to be worthy as well.
That makes a lot of sense. So you are a problem solver. You love the challenge. You're one of them fighters. Um, Nothing against them, but there's a lot of fighters out here that are just fighting for that bag, fighting for that money, fighting
Yeah,
for the image, fighting to see how many followers they can get, and
yeah,
so on. You know what I'm saying? It's not all about, and Muay Thai is different because Muay Thai you're not fighting for the money. Let's just say that
yeah,
you fight for the love of the sport, and that's just what it is. Boxing has gotten away from that now, where it's like it's gotten so easy for these young guys to get this big old payday. You get a kid that comes from nowhere, for example, like a la Vallejo, where you come from,
mhm,
from the hood side, and you give him, let alone $100, but you give him $100,000, man, he don't know what to do with that.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? He don't know how to put that up or whatever the case may be. And God forbid, you don't know what his livelihood is. But
mhm.
I agree with everything that you said. So let me ask you this: then, who are your three favorite fighters of all times in boxing when it comes to offense, defense, and smartness?
Uh, man, that's a real tough one. I love so many different uh fighters or boxers.
Let's
Box,
go. Let's go. Let's go fighters. Let's go fighters. Let's go in your realm, Muay Thai.
um, in Muay Thai, Samart uh is he's an OG, you know, and he's known as one of the greats.
Uh huh.
Someone that I always come back to and watch and study. You know, Thumb Rock as well. He's a OG.
Uh huh.
Um, man, it's so hard because right now, Yasin Clay is one that I've always looked up to because we're in the same weight class,
Uh huh.
and you know he's relevant till this day. You
Yeah.
know, he's one of my favorite fighters. Giorgio Petrosian, of course, is one of my favorite fighters
Okay.
because he's so good with his hands as well.
Mm-hmm.
You know, as far as boxing goes, I love the slicksters, man. I love them. You know, even Julio Cesar Chavez was slick. He had great head movement, great positioning. He
Yeah.
just grind you down. You know,
Yes.
he's always one of my all-time favorites. Uh, and you know, I can't forget Roy Jones, man. Roy Jones, he was man.
He changed the game, man. He
Yeah,
changed the game. He did. Nobody
but
was doing the things Roy was doing.
yeah, I could sit here and just keep naming them off for so many different reasons. You know, but uh, Yatsen Clay and Julio Cesar Chavez are two that I watch maybe uh, more than others.
Okay. 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 Well, big bro, man. Let me ask you this. What is your what is your message to everybody out there when it comes to just Eddie Abasolo? What is your message that you like to leave for everybody?
Um, basically, you know, don't try to be what you see. You know, and what I mean by that isn't like as far as technique goes or things that you see other fighters do, but uh, you know, the personality and everything
Mm.
you see through the fighter. You know, if there's something that you admire about a fighter, cool. Make sure you admire them for the right reasons. You know, don't admire them because they talk a good game.
Yes.
Admire them because you know the way they hold themselves under pressure. Admire them because uh, they can get up after a good body shot. You know,
Yes.
and have the heart to keep on going. You know, and through admiration, don't forget about yourself. The
Mm.
only reason why I'm able to be me is because I embrace me. Yeah,
Mm.
there's a whole bunch of fighters and trainers that I look and take things from and this and that. You know, Eddie Abasolo is just a cluster of uh, things that inspired me. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And it's just the way I put it together. If you want to be more like me, or you want to be more like your favorite fighter, or not even your fighter, favorite artist, favorite chef, whatever your craft is, uh, the one thing they all have in common is that they embrace themselves. You
Mm.
know, be themselves. If you want to be more like your favorite whatever, you got to be more like you. You know what I'm saying? I tell
Yes.
people all the time, the people that I inspire, you want to be more like me, You got to be more like you, because that's all I do is I embrace me, you know. Everyone wants to be accepted, but then they all want to be different at the same time. You know, we all want to
True.
stand out, but we're afraid to be different.
True.
Like,
True.
it's contradicting, you know what I mean? Don't
Yeah.
be afraid to look foolish. I look foolish in the gym all the time. I fail all the time. All this balance stuff that I do, I always eat it. You know, I'm always eating it,
Yeah.
falling and everything. But then once I fail, it gives me a starting point. Where do I go from there? You know, then I fail again and I just get closer and closer to success. Um, Whatever you do, do it because you love it. Because if you don't love it, it ain't gonna work. If you're doing it for the money, uh, you'll always be one step behind. But if you embrace yourself and do it because it makes you feel good,
Yeah.
that's gonna radiate, man, and it's just gonna send out this aura and, you know, just attract all this energy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The energy that you need. You know, I don't care if I have many fans. I don't want a crowd. I want a roster. And what I mean by that is I want the people in the game to respect me, the ones who mean something. You know, like people like you know, people like uh Kevin Ross, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
People like Damian Trainer, you know. It's like the people who have made an impact in the game and really love it for the same reasons that I love it.
Yes.
Those are the people that I want as fans and acceptance from. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
I don't want your beer chugging, hot dog holding, you know, kill him fan.
The casual fan. You don't want that. Yeah. No. No. So love yourself before you can love anybody else, and don't be afraid to fail. That's what he's trying to tell you guys, man.
Yeah.
And so many people today is like we live in a microwave society where it's like you have to become a champion before this happens, and it puts a lot of pressure on these kids nowadays because what happened to being a kid? What happened to having fun? What happened to bumping your knee and is learning? Like, you know what? If I jump off the porch this high, then I may likely fall on my knee and scrape my knee. Or
Yeah.
you know what? It's all about you got to do things perfect, and it's
Yeah.
so hard. It's so hard, brother. But I appreciate you, man, because you are a mentor. You are a father. You know what I'm saying? You're a great husband. You know what I'm saying? But most importantly, you are a great friend. I'm telling you that, man, because I don't call a lot of people my friend, man. So I look at you not, man, fuck that. You're not even my friend. You are a brother to me, bro.
That's
You are a
right.
brother. So I just want to tell you, man, we appreciate you for being on the second season of Stokeshouse Boxing Academy. And you got an open pass, like I told you. We already said we plan on doing some things later on with each other anyway. So we definitely gonna do that. What before I wrap up, Eddie, let everybody know where they can find you on social media if they need to get in contact with you. Whatever.
You can find me on Instagram on the Eddie Abasolo show, _ between each word, and Facebook Eddie Abasolo. Yeah, and that's pretty much it. I try my best, and a lot of people can attest to. If you message me asking me questions or, you know, just to say what's up or whatever, I do my best to hit you back. You know what I mean? I try to keep it real like that. You know, I treat every fan like they're my only fan. You know, I'm a fan of a fan because I remember when I just had one fan, my very first fan. It was just so surreal. You know, a lot of times when people start getting a lot of attention, a lot of fans, like those a fan will become like, oh yeah, that's just another fan. Nah, man, you know that these are the people that support you. They make you who you are. You know, so I do my best, man.
Hey, most greats they could come to that, but at the end, if a fan comes up to them when they're older, they're gonna wish that somebody come up to them and want an autograph or want to take a picture with them, and then it's kind of sad by them. But I don't think you ever have that problem, brother. You're a real dude. You're very respectable. My wife loves you, man. So if my wife says you on point, you on point for real, because she's a great judge of character. So I just want to tell you, man, well, love to you, man. Thank you so much. Salute to you always, man. This is Coach Stokes, Stokeshouse Boxing Academy. You got to stay ready so you ain't gonna worry about getting ready. And this concludes today's interview with my man, Eddie Abasolo. Hey, thank you very much, Eddie. We'll talk to you later, brother.
Thanks, man. Love you, brother.